All right, for today's Orange to Blue Belt class, we're going to be wrapping up our discussion on leadership and talking a little bit about why you'd want to be a leader. It's a lot of work, but there's a lot of value in it. In addition to that, we're going to be talking about striking details and being able to move as we throw strikes, which is really important. We can't just stand still. Finally, we're going to go over kata kick 2, which is great for refining the little details in our kicks that take us from being like pretty good to being really great. So let's get started with some warm-ups, and then we'll get into the main part of the class right after that. All right, so we're going to get started with our warm-up to prepare our body for class, to prevent some injuries, get us ready to move at good speed without risking injury to our muscles and to our joints. Right, so this warm-up's got 4 moves, each one is 30 seconds. We're starting off with some snowboard hops, which is a lot like a ski jump, only go forward and back instead of side to side. Ready, set, and go. All right, so we're just hopping, nice and easy. Now, if you're one of those people who maybe this is not great for, it hurts your knees or something like that, you can just do these as steps, right? And it'll take some of the pressure off. It's definitely not as good of a warm-up, but you'll start getting those muscles moving, which is kind of the goal, right? So I'm going back to jumping, right? But maybe you've got some plantar fasciitis, maybe you got some bad knees. Maybe you got someone who's underneath of you, right? Like downstairs who doesn't like you jumping over them. Okay. Next move we're going to do is some tap down knees, right? On a tap down knee, you start in the fighting stance. You're just going to tap down, right? Maybe you're touching your knee, maybe you're touching your shin, wherever it is. You're not trying to stretch the muscle, you're just trying to engage the muscle. So I lean down, I come up a knee. I lean down, come up a knee. All right, so we're going to go for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Do the first side, turn sideways so you can see a little bit better. All right. A couple things to think about as you do tap down knees. 1, again, don't stretch, just engage that muscle. 2, try and look at one thing in front of you on the floor, maybe like 6 to 10 feet in front of you. By keeping your eyes on one thing that's kind of in the middle, it'll help you maintain your balance. If you're looking straight ahead, looking at your toes, you'll start to get dizzy. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing the other leg. Do these towards you, ready, and go. All right, so in this one, you may be able to see better. I never really look up at the camera, right? I look at that spot in front of me to help me to maintain my balance and not fall over. Because again, we're trying to warm up, not fall down. Keep going, a few more seconds, almost done with this one. Good also to breathe out when you do your knee. That's a benefit. And that's time. Okay, last warm-up move, we're gonna start with our feet apart. It's kind of like a ready stance, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just twist and twist. Bring our elbow across. Elbow across, elbow across. All right, so we're twisting, getting our body ready to rotate, which we do in so many of our moves in martial arts, whether it's punching, blocking, anything where we're trying to generate power, right? We want to be able to turn our hips, twist our body, right? So we're just doing a little bit of action to get that ready. If you know how to do some details in the elbow, you can work that into here. If you're not as familiar with how to do these kind of cross elbows, it's not super important. Like I said, it's just our warm-up, and we're done. Let's get ready for our main part of the class today. All right, today we're going to do a quick review of some of our basic punches. After we do our quick review of basic punches, we're going to put them into a different move. To start off, we're in our fighting stance. We're going to do just a simple jab. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch, same basic idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Switch. Now, a couple things I want you to make sure you're doing. 1, make sure after you jab, you come back to like a normal fighting stance, not all the way together, and don't leave it far apart. Normal fighting stance is a good fighting stance for what we're doing. Also, keep your hand up. Right? This other hand staying up high, super important. Let's do a few jabs. Remember, hand up, step. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch your legs. I'm punching sideways so you get a different point of view. But you don't have to punch sideways, you can punch straight. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, pretty simple. Let's switch it up to doing the cross. We're gonna twist and punch. Ready, 1, twist, come back, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch it up, the same basic idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're gonna work on a detail or two. I want you to focus on my back foot. You see how my heel pops up as I throw my cross? My weight is shifting forward. I also have to bend my front knee, right? We want to make sure that this is a little bit bent. So this would be straight. A little bit bent is what we want. It's a lot safer. It gives us more power. So I want you to be aware of what your legs are doing as we do this cross. Twisting and bending. 1, 2, little bend is good. 3, not a big bend. 4, 5, good. And going the other way. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, moving ahead. We're gonna do a combination. We're gonna do a jab and a cross. Right? Let's do 5 on each side together. Ready, 1, jab, cross, reset, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, and switch, other side. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's talk details. Now, most of the details are the same details that we had in the jab and the cross. Keep your hand up, step, things like that. There's one combination specific movement I want to make sure that we're doing correctly today, which is normally we do a jab and we reset. But when we do a jab cross, we do not reset. So it goes jab, then twist, then reset my feet. So you can see the difference between jab, reset, twist. Don't do that. It's jab, twist, then reset. See the difference? I hope you can, because that's one of the things we look for that you do properly as you do your punches. Let's do it. In our fighting stance, hands are up. Ready, 1, and come back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going the other direction. Same basic idea. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's just a quick basic review of our jabs and our crosses. Now I gotta spice things up. All right, so now we're gonna use our chair, right? And what we're gonna be doing is we're using our chair as kind of a stand-in for a target. If you have a heavy bag or a Wave Master and you wanna use that, great, it's fantastic, it'll be even better. But for most of us, we don't have that kind of equipment in our house. We have a chair, and a chair is just working as a target. You could put almost anything there, as long as it's about chair size, right? You could even put like a pillow on the floor and move towards that, punch towards that, whatever it is. But a chair, I find, is readily accessible and easily used. What you're gonna find is if I'm in a fighting stance, and I'm facing towards a chair, you can see I have one leg in front, my left leg is in front. As I move around this chair, and you and I can be able to see this right now, but my left leg is in front. As I move around the chair over here, my left leg is in front, right? And this whole time, I want you to watch my shoulders now. As I move, I kind of keep this hand towards the chair, right? You can see my left hand is always forward as I'm rotating around the chair, right? That's how we want to be able to move in a fighting stance. What a lot of people do is as they move around, they kind of like go this way, and we don't want that. That would be bad. Now, let's do some punches towards the chair. Don't hit the chair. Towards the chair does not mean punch the chair. I've had so many kids this week punching chairs. I'm like, don't punch the chair. They're like, oh, that's right, you told me. Don't. All right, so if I'm in my fighting stance, we're going to just do some jabs. So we jab towards the chair, and then we move. Jab towards the chair, and you move. Now, you can see for me, the chair is low enough, jab, that I won't hit it. If your chair is too hot, jab. Either because you're a little bit shorter than me, jab. or your chair is a little bit taller than mine. Let's go the other direction. Just stand far enough away that you can't hit it, right? So like now I'm so far away I can't hit it. Can't hit the thing. Look how far out I am. Can't hit it, right? Even if it was taller and or I was shorter, right? But don't hit the chair is the big thing. Let's keep switching. Now what we're gonna do this time is we're just gonna keep moving and we're just doing like half circles. We're going halfway around, then we're going halfway back, right? As I'm doing this, you're gonna punch when I say jab. Ready, jab. Right? And you can switch directions whenever you want, jab. And maybe you don't have quite enough room in your house, jab, to do the half circle, jab. Maybe you can only go like a quarter circle, right? You go this far, jab, and you go back. That's fine, jab, right? Jab. You can even do a full circle, but I don't really recommend it. Ready? Jab, because you can't see what I'm doing when you turn yourself completely around. Jab, and jab. Okay, that's pretty easy. And if you want to, you can even switch your legs whenever you want. I'm not going to do that because I want to make it consistent that you see. I always have that same leg in front. If you switch, you'd have to switch your legs. Now we're going to throw our cross. We're going to twist, and we come back. So as I circle, you can see I still have the same leg in front as I move around the chair. Boom. Other things we talked about with our punches are still important. Keep circling, keep punching, right? Bending your knee, turning your foot. We didn't forget about that stuff. That stuff didn't forget about us, right? And as a matter of fact, that's a big part of what we're working on here. It's actually easy to walk, right? Most of you are like, Sensei Jeff, I've been walking for years. Good. I'm glad you can walk. But the trick here is walking in a fighting stance and being ready to fire a punch or later on a kick whenever we need to / want to. That's kind of what we're working on. Good. Good. And stop. Okay. Now we're going to transition into throwing the jab cross combination. It's exactly the same as what we've been doing. If you feel like this is very easy for you, feel free to move a little bit faster, right? I'm kind of doing this at like slow speed, right? Where I'm just moving very slowly, small steps, throwing punches. If you're like, Sensei Jeff, I feel fast, I want to throw punches a little bit quicker, you can. Just maintain your stance. That's the big thing. I'd rather you do it slow and right than fast and wrong, right? Here we go. Jab cross. Go. Jab cross. And start to move. Jab cross. Start to move. Jab cross. And move. And again, you can switch directions. Jab cross. Whenever you want. Maybe you want to do it after a punch. Jab cross. And you keep switching every time I say jab cross. Right? Or maybe you just go all the way to one side. Jab cross. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. The important thing is that you're developing that ability to rotate around the target and throwing your strikes while maintaining your stance. Good. Jab cross. Good. Rotate. Jab cross. Rotate. Jab cross. And rotate. Jab cross. Okay. So final round. This time, I can mix it up. So I could say jab, or I could say cross, or I could say jab cross, or I could say jab, jab, cross. Whatever I say, you do, right? Do your punches. In our fighting stance, last punching round. Go, you move. Again, it doesn't matter which direction you're going. Jab, jab, cross. You can switch directions whenever you want. Cross, jab, jab, cross, jab, cross. Keep moving. Jab, cross, jab. Ooh. Jab, jab. That's 2 jabs. Jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Ooh. There's some footwork there. If you don't know, don't worry about it. And jab, cross. Jab. Cross. Cross. jab cross, jab cross, jab, jab, jab cross. All right, so that's a really basic drill for being able to circle around a target, still throw our strikes. Great job with that one. Let's keep moving on to the next part of class. All right, so we're going to be wrapping up our discussion on leadership together. And what I want to talk to you about today is why you'd want to put in all this work, right? Now, you might have thought about in the last few weeks, man, being a leader's hard, right? Because I gotta know the way, and I gotta go the way, I gotta show the way. Can't I just get taken there, right? And the thing is, you kind of can, but you never really get to go where you want, right? It's kind of like when you're in a car, right? Now, most kids, you've never had a chance to drive a car. Your parents drive. And you just sit in the back seat and you go wherever they take you. So if they want to go to grandma's house, you're going to grandma's house. If they want to go to the dentist, you're going to the dentist, right? Wherever it is. Because in the car, the person who's driving, they're the leader of the car. Everybody else goes wherever they want. And you might think, well, I want to be in charge. I want to be able to pick where we go. Then that means you got to be a leader. Right? You've got to know the way. Because if you don't know where you're going, you don't get to drive the car. Right? You don't get to go there. Right? You got to sit in the back seat, go wherever they want. Oh, man, we're going to the dentist again? I wanted to go to the candy store. Well, that may be why you're going to the dentist, but that's a whole other story. Right? So it's really important for you to be able to get where you want to go. You have to accept that responsibility of being a leader. And it will, in turn, give you a tremendous amount of freedom. The freedom to go where you want, to do what you want, become what you want. But the price of that freedom is responsibility. Right? And that's what being a leader is all about. Right? So, everybody, what I want to challenge you to do right now is I want you to try and be responsible for one thing that you want. Right? Something kind of small. And I want you to know the way and go the way, in the very least, and then if you can, show the way. But pick something small, right? Like, man, you know, I want to have a happier house, right? I don't want to have everybody fighting, and I'm gonna go the way. I'm gonna make it so people aren't fighting in my house so much. Maybe I'll help out, right? Or whatever it is that makes you feel like, hey, you know what? I'm happy and I'm proud of myself for doing that. Maybe it's doing your martial arts exercise. Maybe you say, you know what? I'm going to practice a little bit more. I'm going to watch another couple of videos. Whatever it is, right? So challenge yourself in some way to be a leader and take that small success, and from that you can build great successes, the things that you end up on the news and you're famous for, right? So everybody, great job. Take that challenge. Pause this if you need some time to think about it. But otherwise, we're going to be moving on to the next part of class. We're going to be focusing in on a couple of the key footwork components for kata kick. Now, in particular, what we're going to focus on is what our kicking foot is doing in terms of what shape it is and how we're pointing it or flexing it. And then we're also going to work a little bit on what our base foot is doing. Now, to practice this, you're going to have a chair that you're going to put behind you. You could use something other than a chair, use a table, a bed, whatever. You want to kind of stand at the edge of it. I'll show you what I mean by that. I have my foot kind of even with the far side of the chair. So when I do my kick, right, because I'm going to do a roundhouse kick, I'm going to fall forward, I can land next to the chair. You don't want to be over here, where now when I go to kick, either I run into the chair or something like that, hurt myself, break the chair, knock it over, things like that. So you want to position yourself so your front foot is kind of even with what looks like the front foot of the chair. All right? So from here, all we're going to do is we're going to set ourselves up with our back towards the chair. You can use your hand on the chair for balance. We're really focusing on footwork today. So if you need to hold on to the chair for balance, but you slow down, that's a good thing. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to do our roundhouse kick. When we do our roundhouse kick, we're going to make sure that we're pointing our kicking foot. Okay? And we can hold on to that chair for balance so we can kind of check to make sure our foot is pointing. We're pointing our ankle, pointing our toes. All right? So we watch again. We're going to turn, hold on to the chair, kick, just like that. I'll show you one time from the side with the chair behind me, right? When I go to kick, you can see it, I have my hands on it, and this foot is pointed, not flexed. And again, it's pointing the ankle and the toe, not just pointing the toes and flexing the ankle. Okay, so we're gonna do a few of those together. Set yourself up, kick, hold it for a moment, and then we'll put it down in front. Ready, go. 1, kick, hold it, and then put it down in front like we land closed in our form. We'll reset, we'll go again. 2, kick, hold it, good, and then land in front, and come on back, all right? Again, 3, turn, kick, hold it. Make sure your foot is pointed, that's really important. Land in front, come back. Let's get 2 more in. Kick, hold it, land in front. 1 more to go. Ready? Kick, hold it, can land in front just like that. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. If you have a chair that you can move, you can just move to the other side. Otherwise, you just kick the other direction, right? Set yourself up where your front foot is kind of even with the edge, the front edge. Ready? 1, kick, make sure that's pointed, land in front. All right, let's keep going. We got 4 more. Turn, kick, hold it out there. Check that roundhouse kick, land in front. 3, kick, hold it. Now this is one of the more common mistakes that people have on their kick, is their foot comes like this. Get that pointed, right? Very common, ends up hurting your foot, which I'm not a big fan of. Ready, kick. I just don't like it when students hurt themselves. I'm weird like that. Last time, point your toes, you Ozies. Point your foot, hold it out, land in front, and come on back. Okay, so not a bad start for our roundhouse kick. We're gonna add to this. Bringing it back to the other side. Same basic idea. We're gonna do a roundhouse kick. We're not gonna hold it quite as long. We'll check to make sure it's pointed. Once you look that it's pointed, go ahead and put it down. Then we're going to add in the side kick. When we add in the side kick, we flex our foot, pulling our toes towards our face. Ready? 1, kick, check, and land. Bring your leg in, push it out, and you can see my foot is sideways, and I'm pulling my toes towards my face, which is what we want. You can put that down, and we can do it again. All right? So, quick hold on the roundhouse kick just to check it. Hold it a little longer on the side kick. Ready? Kick, quick, put it down, hold it. As you hold this, you might be like, you know, this is actually hard. It takes some strength. I know, that's why we're doing it. All right? Let's go. 3, turn, point your toes, land it down, bring it in, bring it out, and let's go back. Turn and kick, hold it just for a second, bring it down, kick, hold it out for a little bit longer than just a second. Okay, 1 more together, then we gotta do the other side. Ready? Kick, boom, hold it, good. Okay, I'm moving the chair to the other side. Maybe you are too. Maybe you're kicking the other direction. Don't matter too much. Here we go. Roundhouse kick, hold it for a second, put it down, side kick, hold it a little longer, and then come on back. Again, roundhouse kick, boom, land, kick, and put it back down. All right, 3 more, turn and kick, put it down, push it out. Oh, my chair moved. Hopefully your chair doesn't move too much. Right? Kind of toss my balance there for a second. That's okay. Turn and kick. Hold for a second. Put it down. Hold it for more than a second. Whoop. Lost my balance again. Bad chair or bad me. I don't know which one today. Again, roundhouse kick. Just for a second. Kick it out. Here's the side kick. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so we've talked about our kicking foot. Now we gotta worry about the other one. the base foot. We're switching back. Okay, so when I do a roundhouse kick, there's some variety as to what's right. I can have my toes point towards the chair. They can point backwards. They can be anywhere in the middle. Be a little crooked, that's fine. Depending on how flexible you are, your base foot will rotate. But in the very least, it has to point at least towards the chair when I turn it. If I don't turn it enough that it points to the chair, it puts pain into my knee, takes away power, leads to injury. No one wants that. So I'm a little bit more flexible than most people, right? So when I do my roundhouse kick, my foot's almost backwards. Toes are pointing over there. If yours are turned that far, that's fine. When you do the side kick, your heel always points where you're kicking. So my foot is completely backwards. Right? I'll show you that from the side so you'll get a better view of that. Right? So right now, you can see my foot. We'll go a couple inches so you can see it better. I go to kick. My foot is turning almost backwards because I'm pretty flexible, like I said. When I do my side kick, you can see this foot, toes are pointed that way. It's completely backwards. My heel is towards my target. That's what we want. Okay? So that base foot position, really important, especially as you're getting more powerful, if you don't want to hurt yourself. Right? Again, I'm a big fan of not hurting myself. I hope you are too. Right? So, for this one, we'll hold for a second on each kick. We'll like a brief hold on a roundhouse kick, brief hold on our side kick. But I want you to check your base foot this time. If it's turned enough, good. Progress through. If you're finding that you're not turning it, maybe you want to go back and do that kick again, right? Maybe you get behind me, or you pause the video to be able to go back and redo it and get it correct. That's fine. What you don't want to do is do it wrong so you can keep up with me, right? That would be a mistake. Right? So we're in our fighting stance. You can see my front foot kind of points right towards my camera. I do my roundhouse kick. It's turned at least towards the chair. It's actually almost backwards already. And then I do my side kick. It's definitely backwards. I can see it. Hopefully you can look at your foot. Right? If you can't, it's kind of weird. Should be easy to see your foot, but that's okay. Ready? Roundhouse kick. Check the one on the floor. Yep, it's turned. Put it down. I do my side kick. Can look right down at it. It's backwards. Fantastic. All right. Let's go 3. Ready? Turn. Again, I can hold on to that chair for balance. Right? And I can kick. Make sure that base foot is turning. Right? If it's not turned properly, go back. Do it again. Don't accept a mediocre kick. Go do it again and again, because turning that base foot enough is so important for a powerful kick and a healthy kick. Ready? Kick. Check your toes. You can check both feet if you're fast enough. Oh yeah, that one's pointing backwards. That one's flexed. Good job. All right. One more time. Let's do it. Check my foot. Hopefully you are too. Checking my foot. All right. Very nice. So we did 5 on that side. If you weren't getting it, pause this. Do a few more at your own speed. There's no reason for you to try and keep up with me. I'll wait, but if you got it, we'll switch to the other side. Do the same thing. Make sure your foot is turning on the floor, right? So if you're doing your left leg roundhouse kick, toes pointing that way, probably the chair or the table, couch, whatever you're using, right? I kick, I check my foot. It's pointed almost backwards because that's how I do my roundhouse kick. Do my side kick. My foot's backwards because that's the way everybody should do their side kick. Right? Let's go again. Ready? Roundhouse kick. Turn, put it down. Side kick. Good. Just like that. Those little things, man, make a huge difference. Ready? Roundhouse kick. Put it down. Side kick. Right, and what you're going to find is if you practice this and you pay attention to these little details now, your form is going to be so much better, because so often this mistake or this mistake in terms of your kicking foot, that's the thing that holds people back, right? We're working on developing our strength, our balance, our form, all the good stuff, all the reasons we kind of do forms. Ready? Turn and kick, pointed and turned, and then side kick, flexed and turned. All right, I think we got 2 more. You can do as many as you want, but I'm gonna do 2 more. Ready? Turn, kick, in, kick, make sure that foot is flexed. Okay, 1 more. Ready? Turn and kick. Bam. Put it down, side kick. Boom. Foot's backwards. Fantastic. All right, everybody. So, great job working on those little footwork details on your base foot, on your kicking foot. Practice as much as you need to, but for now, let's get moving on to the next part of class. For this week, for our end game, we're going to be doing one of our weekly challenges brought to us by Sensei Mark. Right? This is one of my favorites. There's a whole playlist of them that we produce each week, but you can take a look at it. Fun one with some socks and some coins. Pick which one you do. Give it your best shot.
There you go. What's up, guys? Sensei Mark here again. Today, I want to teach you 2 of my favorite drills for building coordination and hand speed. Let's do it. So, for this first drill, all you're going to need is a pair of socks. Now, you can actually use maybe a small ball or a small stuffed animal you can grab with one hand, but today, I'm using socks. So what you can do is you're going to ball them up nice and tight, just by rolling them inside the other one. And you're going to hold that sock ball in one hand. And the way this looks is out, like I just did a punch with one arm. Now, my other hand's by my face. Now, the goal here is to drop the sock. And as it's falling, I'm going to switch my hands quickly and snatch it out of the air. Now the rules are I have to grab from behind it. I can't grab from underneath or from the side. That's cheating. So I hold it out straight, other hand by my cheek. I'm going to punch and switch, grab. And I'll do the other hand next. And the goal here is to get as many times in a row as you can and as fast as you can, like this. Alright, now this next drill is way harder. What you're going to do is you're going to take 2 of any coins you like. Today I'm using nickels. You can use quarters, pennies, personal preference. And take one of those coins and lay it down flat on the back of your hand. The other coin, you do the same but on your arm. So you have a coin on your hand and your arm. You're going to take your whole arm, flick it up in the air. The coins will fly up, hopefully not too high. And then you're going to try to grab each coin out of the air using one hand at a time, just like this. And then you're going to put them back on. You're going to try for round 2. So put it at the back of your arm, balance, flick up, snatch, snatch, and there you have it. So for a couple of you guys who think that one's too easy, go ahead and try 3 coins. So the way this one works is you're going to put a coin in the back of your hand, another in the back of your arm, and the third one also on the back of your arm. You do the same thing, flick up and then try to catch all 3, like this. Bonus round. Let's go for 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you go, guys. That's just 2 of my favorite drills to work on my precision and my speed and my striking. Maybe next time I see you, you can show me how many punches you got in a row or how many coins you flipped up and caught. But until next time, guys.